You know what else is a bad look?
What?
So I went on Netflix and watched The Breakfast Club, trying to get them, get them their ratings,
Okay,
help their ratings get up.
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Umar was on there.
Okay, we love a
So
good Umar.
we love a good Umar. Now, they pressed him about the school.
Right.
And remembered our last podcast, I talked about how he always moves the goalposts. So Dr. Umar says his school, Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, if everything goes well, will be open and operating by August of 2027. So that is a year and a half from now. Now, he's been gloating online saying the school is done.
Yeah.
The renovations are done. He's just waiting on the inspection. And he don't have to get accreditation because it's going to be a private school.
Right.
And it's going to be funded by tuition. So I'm a little confused because I haven't seen the school.
That's the only thing. In the time where you kind of need video evidence for everything, right?
Yes.
Why haven't I, and I don't know if he's like waiting to unveil it or something like that. Maybe it's not to his, you know how sometimes you can be a perfectionist. And then he did have a lot of haters who was kind of like, oh, you ain't never going to open that school. So at the same time, I also understand you just saying like, let me wait until everything is, but like maybe a little East Wing or something.
Right.
You like a little something. And so it's like, I have to be on the side of I believe it when I see it.
Yes, because it's been almost 10 years. I don't has Umar been raising money since about 2018,
Well,
2017.
That's what I will say. He did say that this school is the first school built fully off of donations. So maybe when things are fully funded from donations, it do take a little longer.
Yeah, because he living off the donations, right? It ain't like he got other things he doing. So if they send him $1 million, I'm pretty sure like he's not donating and putting that whole $1 million into it. And then, he said his accounts got hacked and all of that. So my problem is there's always going to be an issue why this get pushed to 2028, 2027. Because, like, we barely in 2026. We ain't even out of the first quarter. Like, so for you to say, if he would have said December of 2026, I would have been a little bit more confident. But August 2027 is like... That's all day, bro. Like, that's a long time.
Well, that's the school year, so he can't really open up until, like, the school year starts. So if he knows that he's not going to be ready this school year in the fall, then he kind of does have to push it to the next school. Because this is not...
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, this is an elementary school or something like that.
Yes.
Or it's not really, like, college. So he can't really just start.
Well, but he can do whatever he wants because it's a year-round. I mean, like, it's schools in Georgia that are privately funded. These schools are year round. They don't operate on the same. Yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
This is a private school. He would have to do that if he was accredited and going off the curriculum from the public school or a charter school. Everything he represents. He claims he's anti all of that. So he can open up today if he wanted to.
Technically, he would be able to. Also, he's got to be on the same timing of the parents. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? So, I do think it works, but I want to know how he's going to go about, like, 'cause you know what's coming up? You know what's directly down the pike?
What?
Is the teachers and them getting paid. It's like the...
Right. I didn't even think about that. How much are the teachers going to get paid? You got to pay a lot of money
That's
up front
directly down the pipe, and that's why I'm like, I really want this for him, and I really want to believe that, but... With everything being funded off of donations, this is what I hope. I'm hoping that the donations are in a trust, and he already has like the $5 million just sitting there for however many teachers he needs.
Yeah.
Because he said, I don't know if you've seen that. He said that he used to be a principal. He said he used to be a principal and a vice principal at a charter school. Yeah. So I'm guessing he might be the principal at his own school. Yeah. So he don't have to pay the principal salary. Which is good. But right. You need nurses for a school. You know how you go to the
lunch ladies.
You need lunch ladies.
Janitors.
Come on. This is a lot of money.
Yeah. This is not just the real estate of getting the actual building.
No. So that's why I'm very cautious, and I'm like, I really want a little East Wing picture. Yeah. But I also just want that part to be handled properly.
Yes.
Because a lot of his accusations overshadow the actual vision of
what's going on.
of what he's trying to do. Yeah.
Yes, and then my thing is you constantly going on these mega platforms.
Yeah.
So I know you're getting visibility. Why can't we get a 15-minute tour of the building? Can we get the process? Can we get a behind the scenes?
Yes.
Like if I'm a donate and think about it.
That's revenue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Post it on YouTube. Put it on the Patreon. Put it on the paywall. I mean, do something. Like as a person who would donate, I would want to. Well, I'm not donating.
Yeah.
I'm
but
just saying,
as
like,
a person,
if I was a person who had the means and would want to donate a significant amount of money to something like this, I would definitely want to see some type of progress. I would definitely want to see some type of blueprint. Can I even see the blueprint of the building? Like how many classrooms? Like
yes.
I want to see something because it's a lot of black-owned organizations and black-owned businesses and black-owned companies that would love to partner with somebody like a Umar, and that might say, "Hey, we'll sponsor the uniforms. We'll sponsor the, we'll sponsor the
gym, like get the gym redone or something like that." Yeah.
I get the gym redone. We'll sponsor the hall. Like people would really put like, they'll put the money behind it, but they want to know where it's going. I'm not donating no money to your Cash App. Like, all of these years, you don't have a non-profit organization.
Right.
And I did see a video where he did have a non-profit, but he didn't file the taxes. So they, after a few years, they just dissolve it.
Right.
So Umar is one of those type of people I want to believe in him so bad.
That's what I'm saying.
But my intellectual skepticism, my everything I know about business, everything, it's like I got two, like I want him to win.
The
Obviously,
angel.
I'm not hating at all.
Yeah.
I'm not hating at all. But it's even like the Fawn Weaver situation. It's like the receipts that I see, the things that I see and the things that I don't see are very telling.
And then it's for black people, so I don't know how much tuition can actually be.
Exactly. You're trying to serve the
black community specifically. And I don't think it's exclusively, but it's very specific to, like, we want to cater to black people, we want to cater to your black boys, things like that. So it's like, okay, how much can it really be? And then they're in Delaware. And Delaware is not a it's kind of in the middle. It's not like a rundown place.
Right.
I mean, you have those places, but it's not like somewhere you don't want to be. There's a lot of people who move there.
But you're from that area,
I'm
though.
from
You're from Trenton, New Jersey. So, like, how far is
609.
Trenton from Delaware?
Hour and a half.
So you couldn't, if you from Trenton, you couldn't go there.
To school?
Yeah, you
no, absolutely not.
What about Philly?
They would maybe, yeah. Philly is a little better.
Because I think he's from Philly.
He is.
Yeah.
And Philly's a little better. I still don't know. So my cousin was actually getting his hair cut in Delaware, and it was like stupid. He had to go. he had to get another.
Right, yeah,
I'm
that
like,
don't make
what
no
are you?
sense.
What are you doing? But yes, that's how much you can be in and out of Delaware.
Yes, I only drove through it. I never been there and actually experienced it. So, I don't know the East Coast like that. I'm from the Midwest, so I didn't know, and that's why I asked. But that's a good point. Well, it's like your demographic. You want to target black people. Black people as a whole has, lower incomes, lower net worth, so they're not about to be kicking out $20,000 to $30,000 a year for something that is a new startup school, and 5 minutes up the road, there's an accomplished public school that's been operating for 50 years that get free lunch and all that. So it's like you're competing with free.
Yes.
That's one of the worst things ever. Like,
as
you're
a black person, you competing with free. And then think about black families and black family dynamics. How many of these kids are living with grandma or living with mom, don't necessarily have the two-parent financial stability to be able to support a 20,000, and unless it's for a certain social economic demographic, like the Jack and Jill's
Yes.
type thing.
But then again, okay, now the Jack and Jill's. Okay, let's say I got my son in Jack and Jill. Now you competing with
Jack and
the
Jill.
private. Well, you competing with the other private schools all the other
Yes.
little kids go to.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? If we're privileged enough to be in the whole Jack and Jill circle, that means I'm also privileged enough to have 5 other options to go
Right.
before I get to you. And also, the thing about schools is they're funded by the zip codes, and they're funded by the tax revenues from the zip codes. So if I'm a privileged young black kid and I stay in the suburbs, my public schools are better than some of the private schools.
Talk about it.
These free public schools are better than some of these paid private schools.
Sure.
So, a lot of my mentors always say, when you have kids and they're going to grade school, either you're going to pay private school or you're going to pay for it in your house. So upgrade your house and get in an area where the public schools are extremely good, or you can live wherever you want
and pay for private. Yeah.
So
I know there's a lot of moving parts, and it seems like he's able to combat like different narratives, but we're talking about money here.
Yes.
We didn't even talk about that he has to get like guidance counselors and things like that. Like people go to school to become guidance counselors and nurses, and
these people make 50, 60, 70 grand a year coming out of school.
That's what I'm saying.
You got to pay these salaries. You got to make payroll. You got to.
So this is where it gets good. This is actually where it gets good. It's not a dream anymore. It has to be. It has to be realized.
The operations of it might cost you $100 grand a month.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's not over exaggerating, because you got the building costs. You got to fund the team. Let's just build Umar School for him. Okay, you a teacher.
Yeah.
You're assistant principal. How much you want in salary? Even if you giving him him a discount.
Let's low end it. 40,000.
Okay, 40,000. Okay, 40,000.
I don't know. 5 teachers.
5 teachers at 40,000.
Yeah.
Okay, how much the principal getting?
Well, he's the principal.
He's the principal.
So
okay, how much the
there.
assistant principal getting? Because the assistant principal is going to be the one doing the work.
I have a feeling he's not going to hire an assistant principal.
Okay. Cleaning service, janitors.
That's he's going to need that
operation
for elementary
the building.
School. Them kids get sick, and you got to make sure it's healthy around there. So you need the janitorial.
Does
staff.
it snow in Delaware?
Yes. Yes.
Come on.
So
you got to pay maintenance to.
Yeah.
Come on.
So you get a contract for a janitorial staff, and you get a year contract, maybe a 2-year contract.
You got to keep it clean, kids. Man, we used to go, and we used to get a whole bunch of tissue.
Oh God.
And wet the tissue and throw it and see if it stick at the top of the.
I used to hate that.
Yeah, we used to do that all the time. So you think these kids ain't doing that?
Right, they're still kids.
They watching social media just like everybody else. Like, we got these ideas from the kids, the upper class.
Oh yeah.
So imagine the ideas they getting from somebody that's
they're gonna flush the soap down the toilet, and they're gonna waste all your stuff. Like you,
Exactly.
so you need to have stuff that you know is gonna be used and misused.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it could be with the contract.
I mean, you need a food contract with Cisco and one of these people. I mean, I don't know. I just don't. You need security.
Yes.
I mean, let's be
let's
honest.
be real.
You need security. You need parking lot. I mean, where your staff gonna park? So you got to have infrastructure that's big enough, and you got to have a nice parking lot. Are you only gonna go parking attendants, crossing
This is
guard,
way more than 100,000.
But that's what I'm saying. If everybody's lowballing,
Yeah.
and it's gonna cost 100,000 a month.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much money Umar is making. I mean, maybe he's making so much money to where, that's not a factor. But
That's what I'm saying. This is not a dream anymore. This is the real deal. Like we're really playing ball.
yeah. Thank you guys for watching. In order to continue to support independent journalism, I need you to subscribe to our page below. And also, if you want the full podcast and more exclusive content, make sure you subscribe to the Patreon. Link is in the description.